Okay, students, starting with question number 14. Okay, list the harmful effects of alcohol and drug abuse. Okay, so there are several effects. Okay, we are going to write this answer in a lot of detail, and let's start with point number 1. So, effect of drugs and alcohol abuse. It can be on the body. Okay, so what will it happen? So, immediate or adverse effect of drug abuse are manifested in the form of reckless behavior, vandalism, and violence. So, if alcohol and drugs are taken, so what your body will become lethargic. Your body will be enraged. There would be, revenge. That is what is written in your first point. Second point is excessive dose of drugs may lead to coma, death, and due to respiratory failure or heart failure or cerebral hemorrhage. Okay, some drugs will cause effects on your heart, your lungs, and your brain. Your heart can start beating very rapidly, or it can decrease the pulse itself. Second, it can cause your lungs to collapse. It can cause your lungs to paralyze. And your blood may become so thick that there is a hemorrhage, ischemic or blockage that is created in your brain. So there will be stroke. Second, your blood becomes so thin and it is so much that it will start flowing inside. So your brain will start bleeding, and that is what is known as cerebral hemorrhage. So excessive dose of drugs is always harmful. Always and always harmful. Third point, combination of drugs or intake along with the alcohol generally results into overdosing and even death. Now, overdosing is something which can cause you seizures, which can cause paralysis, and sometimes that will lead you to death. And last point, that is the most common warning sign of drugs and alcohol abuse among the youth is to include or drop academic performance completely. Unexplained absence from school, college, lack of interest, personal hygiene. A person will start withdrawing from things, self-isolation, depression, aggressiveness, rebelliousness, deteriorating relations with friends and family, loss of interest in hobbies, and change in sleeping patterns are all the signs and symptoms of drug overdose or drug abuse or alcohol abuse. So these are the common warnings of what a person is going through or what a person is doing that is behind a front face. Okay, students, so keep in mind effect of body is done. Now we'll see effect on family. So it's obvious, if a person is withdrawing from a family, the entire family will be disturbed. So there are even by far reaching implications of drug and alcohol abuse. If an abuser is unable to get money to buy drugs from alcohol, he or she may start stealing. Of course, a person who is going through addiction of drugs or alcohol will want to have drugs and alcohol no matter what. And to buy these things, you need money. Parents are obviously not going to give you that, and thus you'll start stealing from them. Later on, the adverse effects are just not restricted to a person who is using drugs or alcohol. At times, a drugs or alcohol addict becomes the cause of mental and financial distress to his or her entire family and friends. So, students, keep in mind, it is not only harmful to you, but it is harmful to everybody near you. Next, Next point which we'll be covering is diseases. Diseases that can be caused because of excessive use of alcohol or excessive use of drugs. Point number 3 is long-term effects and diseases. So if drugs and alcohol is used for a long term, what happens? So the use of alcohol during adolescence, that is in young age from age of 13 to 17, if you start drinking that early, it may have long-term effects. It could lead to heavy drinking in adulthood. Chronic use of drugs and alcohol damages the nervous system and the liver, of course. And later on, it can cause cirrhosis. If a pregnant lady is drinking or is alcoholic, then adverse effects are seen on the fetus. So, use of drugs and alcohol during pregnancy is also known to be adversely affected to the baby. Now, they are misused narcotics or analgesics. Anabolic steroids, diuretics, certain hormones in sports to enhance their performance or increase muscle strength, and bulk to promote aggressiveness and result in increased athletic performance. And students, these are the reasons why long-term effect is always harmful. Diseases like cirrhosis can happen, so keep that in mind as well. Alcoholism, being addicted are all the types of diseases that can happen. Okay, students? So going ahead with point number 4. Point number 4 here is side effects. Now, what are the side effects of alcohol or drugs? The side effects of the use of anabolic steroids in females include masculination, that is, features which resemble to male, increased aggressiveness, mood swings, depression, abnormal menstrual cycle, excessive hair on face and body, enlargement of clitoris, and lastly, deepening of voice or getting hoarseness present in the voice. In males, it includes acne, increased aggressiveness, mood swings, depression, reduction of size of their testicles, decreased sperm production, potential of kidney and liver dysfunction, breast enlargement, and premature baldness, enlargement of prostate gland. All in all, it is harmful to your body. Please do not use drugs or alcohol because they harm you, they harm your friends, they harm your family, and it destroys a person completely. Okay, students,